Hola.
Hey you guys, it's your girl LA in LA and welcome back to another video. If you've been here before, then hi, how are ya? And if you haven't, my name is Leckham. Go check out my Instagram and see what's poppin', honey. And while you're at it, click that red subscribe button right there below. As you can see from the title, today's video is gonna be an explanation of how I plan my weeks efficiently. I'm taking 18 credits in school right now. I'm doing YouTube and I'm also in the process of developing my brand and just rebranding my Leckham Unpacks. So there's a lot to do during the week. I can't just spend time watching TV. I can't really do anything other than constantly work on either one of those three things. Even though I plan often, I still get backtracked and I still have to ask for extensions. So it's really nice to be able to just even now in this time plan. And so let's talk about one of my first tips, which is actually writing things down physically. I know this sounds stupid, but honestly, I hate to say it and be one of those people, writing things down is super helpful. I know sometimes you want to type it on a Google Doc, and you know what? Those things do come in handy when you're super busy and you have 10,000 things to do. For example, I can't write everything I have down this week on Post-it notes and on flashcards. So it's really nice to have that extra tool, but I really suggest for really important due dates, just write them down on a piece of paper, throw them on your wall so it's there so you see it, it's in your face, and then when you're done, you tear it off. It's like a Band-Aid and you can rip it off no matter how hard because you did that and you deserve it, girl. And that's how I work, honestly. So yeah, that's essentially the first tip, is write down every important due date, whether it's school related, YouTube related, or anything else that you guys do, write down those important due dates. The next tip I have for you guys is not just planning out what you have due that week, say like an assignment or a video or whatever it may be. I would also suggest making note and kind of creating a schedule for yourself. And I know that sounds really restricting, but having a schedule will actually keep you disciplined on top of everything that you have, especially if you're juggling more than one thing. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily follow those times, but for example, I have meditation down between 11:30 to 12:30 every day on my calendar, and that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to do yoga or do meditation during that time. It just means that is a time for me, hey, if I'm not feeling like doing whatever I need to do, this can be what I use this time for. I can chill, I can edit a video, you know? So it's really nice to have a schedule so you can see really what you want to put into your time. The third tip I have for you guys is to not play with time. This is something I have a really hard time with as well, LOL, but I want to bend time all the time. I think I am better than time. I think for some reason that, you know what, the time can't get the best of me. But at the end of the day, time controls us and we don't control it. The best thing that you can do is get prepared for your day. And the best way to do that is kind of those three first tips, including all together, to kind of make that oneness that you want. And I feel like that would bring out so much more content, joy, or whatever it is that you're doing, and it make you efficient and disciplined in every single aspect, not just that one activity or the two activities, all the activities. Now that I've given you those three tips, let's kind of apply those tips into how I do it. So I'm gonna open up my laptop and you guys are kind of just gonna see exactly what I do. You may not get an exact view of it, but I will be walking you guys through exactly what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm gonna do is plan my Instagram, which is very important because for YouTube and for my Leckham Unpacks, I need to be on track of posting and just making sure that I'm staying on top with the national trends. I'm actually just gonna go straight into my Google Docs and go to Leckham Unpacks, and this kind of leads into that second step where you wanna use your other resources, and you wanna use things such as Planner and, you know, a Google Doc to plan. You can write it down. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a calendar. It just has to be out on paper in some way, shape, or form. So for me, I just go to my Google Doc and I find what I need to do. So the way I plan my Instagram specifically for Leckham Unpacks is I do 3 photos and 3 quotes. If you guys have never seen my Leckham Unpacks, definitely check it out and you guys will kind of see what I'm talking about. That page was for my blog and I'm now rebranding it, and so it's really important for me to stay on top of posting, stay on top of everything that I do with it. So if you guys take a look at that Instagram, you'll see how coordinated it is, color coordinated and just thematically. So it's really important to plan these and take the time to do so. So right now we're in the midst of October and I actually forgot to post a few photos. And so this is where planning really comes in. So for today, I decided I'm just gonna plan the whole of November. That way, I feel like I will get more done, even if it takes a little bit more time today. I will just have it set for all of November and I'm good, right? So it's been a few minutes since I started planning and I have 1.5 weeks down. So I know the first 3 photos I'm gonna post, really like 6 photos, and I know the first 5 quotes I'm gonna use for the month of November. So it's really exciting. November has obviously Thanksgiving attached to it, but on November 3rd, if you didn't know, fun fact, it's National Sandwich Day. So I get to post photos of whatever I want, kind of to just get people also dragged into Lecom Unpacks, and a good way of doing that is by creating hashtags, by doing it thematically, like I said earlier. So that is how I plan my Instagram. Not everybody does it this way, but I spend a lot of time planning it so I can just have it ready to go. Now I'm gonna keep working on this for a little bit and try to get through the whole month of November, and then we're gonna talk about YouTube for a little bit and talk about how I plan that, and finally close it out with how I plan school. So good news, it's been about 30 to 40 minutes since I actually checked in with you guys, and I have done the whole of November, you guys. It's all planned. She's all right here. She's all here. I'm so happy. I know you can't really see that on the camera, but essentially I have everything planned out, all the quotes I'm gonna use. So it's just about now implementing them, finding the photos that work with my theme. But now that I know what I need to do, it takes off all the stress, because spending each day to figure out what I need to post, that takes up so much time. And especially if you have other things to do like me, you can't just spend 20 minutes a day planning what you're gonna post on one account and then one account and then one account. So doing things like this, pre-planning, spending an hour, 30 minutes for one day for the whole month, this is a good idea. And I just got it now too, guys, so. But usually what I do is plan it weekly. And I mean, that worked out for a little bit, but as you guys saw, I got caught up last week, so now I'm just doing a little bit more. And I will do updated versions of this if you guys really care to know how I plan and what I do to make it efficient. So now that we've done this, we'll go to my Google Docs form about my YouTube. YouTube is a little bit more difficult because there's a lot of different things that come into that. You have to film, you have to edit, you have to upload. There's a lot of different things you have to count. With Instagram and posting, it doesn't take that long, but when it comes to posting a video, sometimes it takes me like 3 hours, y'all. It just like takes forever to upload. I don't know why. So on top of everything, I have to account for all these little things or the possibilities of these little faultinesses and the mistakes. So that's why I haven't really come out with a set schedule, and I don't want to make promises to you guys that I can't keep. So that's why I haven't done that. But once I'm able to get in that stable routine where I know for a fact no matter what it will post, that's when I will create a good schedule for y'all. And so in the meantime, my goals are just to get a certain amount of videos out each month. So right now I am looking at about 8. So 2 videos a week is what I'm looking at. I want to do more, obviously, like 12 is really what my goal is, but it's hard to make those goals when you're not sure. So I like to say that I'll do 8 to 10 videos a month. Now that I'm looking at my Google Doc, I have a few things planned for November, but I don't want to ruin them. So I'm not going to tell you guys what the ideas are, but if you follow my Instagram, here's a tip. One of the upcoming videos will be a Fenty skin review for a week. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about how my skin has been during that Fenty process, and we'll go more into that a little bit later, but that is an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. Let me go ahead and keep planning this, and what I do is I have trajectory dates of when I want to post, and if I can post by then, cool. But if I can't, it's okay. Like, it's a goal, you know what I mean? The goal is to get a certain amount of videos out by the month, so does it matter if they're 2 days back to back or a week apart? Not necessarily right now for me. So this is where I'm at, and this is how I do it. Let me finish up this portion of planning real quick, and I'll get right back to you guys. All right, So now I've planned halfway through November, and that makes me feel really good because even though I don't have specific dates of when I'm gonna post them, I have a bunch of video ideas, at least 4 to 5, that are coming out within the next couple weeks. So I'm really excited for that, and sitting down and planning these videos is super fun, and for the first time, I'm kind of bringing you guys into this behind the scenes aspect. We can go through how I really come up with ideas on a completely different video, but I just wanted to tell you guys exactly how I plan. You know, I do one thing, I do the next thing, and now we're gonna do the third and final thing. Third and last, although school is really technically first, but it is school. So as y'all can see, I have a bunch of post-it notes, like I said, on the wall. These are a lot of my due dates for the next few weeks. So I write them down in the morning, and now is essentially my time to execute. So what I'm gonna do is just sit down and do a little bit of work, you guys. That is essentially how I plan, and I know it sounds really simple or maybe even really difficult, but it's pretty mediocre. It's not too hard, not too simple. I can do this within an hour and a half and get a lot of things done. I really can. So I truly do suggest that you guys follow the first 3 tips that I gave you guys and kind of apply them to whatever activities that you guys do, such as school, YouTube, filming, music, whatever it may be. You want to find that nice medium of having discipline but also having fun. And if you plan things ahead of time, there is so much room for fun, girl. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Since I'm going out in a little bit, it's really nice to just be able to do a little bit of work and head on out and feel really good about the day that I've had. I've filmed, I've done work, I've planned. Girl, I feel good. So that's basically all I have for y'all today, but thank you so much for watching this entire video if you did, and I hope you guys found some of the tips and tricks that I use to plan efficiently, actually efficient. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you want anything more detailed or anything explained further, also just leave that down below. But other than that, girl, that covers this video. So since you're probably at home right now watching videos, you might as well just click this one right here or this one right here. They're gonna be on either end. Click it.
Hold up.